Hi, Denise. Okay, this is how you do this problem. When you see each one of these terms, you really can see that as like, oops, as f to the ninth power times g to the negative second power. Okay? So then this becomes that times that times that times that times that times that. Okay? So I'm going to rewrite all of those out times f, which by the way you know is f to the first power, times g to the negative first times f to the seventh times g to the negative 7. Okay? And by the commutative property of multiplication, we can rewrite the order of these so that we can group them together. So we can say that's the same as f to the ninth. Sorry, this tip of my pen is a little bit fading out. Times f or f to the first. I'm going to write it just so you see the number, even though we don't normally write it, times f to the seventh. Okay? That is this term, and this term. Gotcha? And then times, and now we're going to do the g's. G to the negative 2 times g to the negative 1 times g to the negative 7. And that's all of those terms right there. Okay? So now when you group them, and you know the implied grouping is like we're going to deal with those separately because they're like bases. Okay, what happens when you multiply exponents with like bases? You add the exponents. I should call them powers with like bases. You add the exponents. So here's the exponent. 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 7 is 17. So you get f to the 17th power times, and same thing here, you add the exponents. You get negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. Negative 3 plus negative 7 is negative 10. So you get then times g to the negative 10. And notice up top it says express your answer using positive exponents. So that means that this g to the negative 10 has to move to the bottom of the fraction bar. And you end up with f to the 17th over g to the 10th. And remember that you use up that negative exponent when you jump it to the bottom. And that's how you do it.